The Akasagarbha Homa fire offering has now begun. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairocana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Living Buddha Lien Sheng, Namo Padma Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Lien Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas radiate light to bless us. Recite the Guru Mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Lien Sheng Siddhi Om. 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 Om Guru Lien Sheng Siddhi Om.
Recite purification mantras and the earth deity mantra.
Om Shudori Shudori Shumori Shumori Soha. Om Vajradam Ho Ho Om. Namo Samato Motoran Om Duru Duru Deve Soha. Lien Zhao Qing Zhou. Om A.
Recite invocation mantra.
Om A Om Soha. Om A Om Soha.
We sincerely invoke our lineage Guru, the White Mahapadma Kumara, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng. Our lineage Guru, the White Mahapadma Kumara, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng. Our lineage Guru, the White Mahapadma Kumara, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Akasagarbha Bodhisattva. The main deity of Homa, Namo Akasagarbha Bodhisattva. The main deity of Homa, Namo Akasagarbha Bodhisattva. We sincerely invoke Namo Yamantaka, Akala, the four heavenly kings, Golden Mother of the primordial Jetpan, Sma Bodhisattva, Rainbow temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, the divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Temple Quarter, at the Seattle Lechang Temple, at the abode of the Southern Mountain, and at the True Buddha Seattle chapter. Rainbow temples, mountain god, earth god, plant god, wind god, water god, heavenly fire god, dragon gods, all divinities as well as the city god, to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great homage using visualization. First to root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth head bow. Great mandala offering from the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole space. Make the offering above the lineage Guru, all lineage Gurus, the main deity of Homa, Akasagarbha Bodhisattva. All Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, and below to the sentient beings. Mount Meru, four continents and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits bridge our karma to all of our civilization. For full refuge, visualize our lineage Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, and Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. Reset the mantra.
Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sanghaye.
Alma protection. Reset Vajrapani mantra 7 times.
Om Bodhiranjali, Om Bodhiranjali, Om Bodhiranjali, Om Bodhiranjali, Om Bodhiranjali, Om Bodhiranjali, Om Bodhiranjali. 恭请圣尊做转诸名加持。
Inviting His Holiness to perform blessings with mana. Inviting His Holiness to set ceremonial demarcation to bless the prayers, registration forms, and the offerings with Vajra bell and scepter. Inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the fire pit and set ceremonial demarcation around it. Inviting His Holiness to lit the Homa fire, to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enrichments, magnetization, subjugation, and birthday deliverance. The assembly will be reciting the Hat Mantra of the main deity of Homa today, Akasagarbha Bodhisattva. And during this time, you may also perform the Homa visualization, which is the emergence of the main deity, the merging of the main deity and the Homa fire, and the merging of yourself into the Homa fire. Visualize the Homa fire to burn away all your karma. I say the mantras of the principal deities and incarnate Buddha Amitabha.
Om Panamo Rindoring Soha. Om Ha 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 Wei Samaye Soha. Om Jali Juli Junhei Soha. Om Jambara Charam Chalaye Soha. Om A Hom Beta Guru Prema Siti Hom Sen. Om A Hom Guru Be Aha Sasamaha Lien Shen Siti Hom. Deyatha Om Bekasaya Bekasaya Maha Bekasaya Rasa Samo Kadareya Soha. Namo 36万亿111万9500和弥同好阿弥陀佛。Namo 36万亿111万9500和弥同好阿弥陀佛。Namo 36万亿111万9500和弥同好阿弥陀佛。回向。
Merit dedication. May Allah uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, repaying for full generosity from above, aiding those in the three realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death like the Buddha, may we live with all. Dedicate the memory of this home to our lineage root Guru. May you stay healthy, live a long life with great self-mastery, continue to stay in the Saha world to turn the Dharma wheel. Inviting His Holiness to perform the overall merit dedication. homage to the treasury Vajra. Homage to the treasure store Vajra. Homage to the treasure store Vajra. We pray to the treasure store Vajra to bestow upon all participants wisdom, memory, and fame. We pray to the treasure store Vajra to guide the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure land of fragrance realm. Please bless all participants with good health, the eradication of illnesses, may they be endowed with good memory, endowed with abundant resources, endowed with good memory, and with harmony, love, and respect, and endowed with abundant resources. Wholeheartedly, we pray for auspiciousness during the day and around the clock. May we have the ultimate bright radiance and attain fruition through our spiritual cultivation. To the gods of the heavens, gods of the earth, may we be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, let all disasters turn into dust. We pray to Akasagarbha Bodhisattva to bless us so that all obstructions vanish, so that all enemies and enmities disappear. We say 100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Ha 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 bhagavan sawa tathagata petsamami mancha petsapawa mahasamaya sato ahom pei om petsa sato samaya manupanaya petsa sato tenu paditha seso me pawa sato khayu me pawa sopo khayu me pawa annorato me pawa sawa siddhi me purayatha sawa karma sathame sitamu sirijan guru hom ha 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 bhagavan sawa tathagata petsamami mancha petsapawa mahasamaya sato ahom pei om petsa sato samaya manupanaya petsa sato tenu paditha seso me pawa sato khayu me pawa sopo khayu me pawa annorato me pawa sawa siddhi me purayatha sawa karma sathame sitamu sirijan guru hop ha 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 bhagavan sawa tathagata petsamami mancha petsapawa mahasamaya sato ahom pei.
Great homage using visualization, first to Root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra, second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize full prostration in the ground, Dilisa Mudra, third to all Herugas intimate protectors. Visualize full prostration in the ground, Dilisa Mudra, fourth hepa. Reset completion mantra.
Om Brim, Om Brim, Om Mani Padme Hum。请大家起立，恭敬合掌，恭请圣尊升法王座。
Now let's join our palms, and together with reference, we're inviting His Holiness to take the Dharma teaching seat.